Welcome back, everybody. It's October 30th, and I'm going to keep this real short and sweet. I am in the hot seat. I got a brand new system, a mobile hunting system, and this brand new system is awesome. Right now, this mobile setup allowed me, I'm going to do a whole video on this, but I have this mobile system set up so I can carry my stand, my sticks, and my backpack all on my back, under 40 pounds, everything. And I know 40 pounds sounds a lot, but I got a lot of stuff in my backpack. I carry a very big backpack because I got the camera arm, the camera base, all my bow hanging, screw-in sticks, all that stuff. Extra deer scent. I always have a trail camera with me. But I'm going to go over all that in a whole separate video. But I used the mobile system tonight to get me into the bedding area. I don't normally do this, but as you guys can see right behind me is the field. There's not much room for the deer to get behind me. There's more fields off here to my left, and I can see my strip food plot straight out ahead of me about 100 yards or so. And I'm kind of just sitting up here. I come in and scouted this the other day, and all over here to the left of me, there's just a ton of beds. I took some videos, maybe I'll throw them in here real quick. But there's a ton of deer beds right off here to my left. There's all kinds of rubs and scrapes and stuff right here in this little 1 acre square. And this strip food plot is the last place I got Towers on camera. And he was coming from this direction. So my thoughts is he was on a bed right up in here, just to the northwest of that strip food plot, right where I'm at right now. I got in here super clean, super quiet, and I just had to cut, I think, 3 or 4 branches, and I actually have a lot more shoot lanes than I thought I was going to have. It's super tight in here, and there's not a lot of shooting opportunities, but there's enough pockets. I'm going to be alright. The trails in here are just, they look like cow paths all around here, and I know they're the same way over here to my southwest. And tonight we have a southeast wind, which is blowing the wind. See right here? You see it going right over my back. It's perfect. It's drawing right back out into that field. It's perfect. On a south wind, which we get often, it'll be coming like this, and it'll be blowing more like this out in the open field behind me here. But that's enough talking for now. I'll turn you guys around. I'll show you my setup, my main shooting lanes that I'm gonna have, and then I'll kind of show you some trails with my finger. But this is a money spot. There's an absolute abundance of apples in here, and I can see my strip food plot, so I have a pretty good feeling we're gonna see at least a couple deer tonight, but we'll see. Rut's almost in full swing, so you better get out there. There was a buck dog and a doe behind my house last night that I just had to sit back and watch, so get out there, get hunting, and get in the woods. he's a 9 or a 10 point. But he come out of this brush here in front of me, and he worked off here to my left, to my one big shooting lane right here. And I shot him for like 18 yards. And I think it's just a touch back. My shot hit him again through some brush, but there's so much brush right there. I knew my rangefinder wasn't gonna work, so I guessed. And I guessed him for 40. I think it was more like 30. But with all this brush, it's so hard to tell. And I shot right over his back. But he only took about, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 pounds. And he stopped again. And I haven't heard him since, so I don't know if he sped it down right here. I'm gonna go ahead and say right now it's probably at best tail end of the lungs, but definitely liver. I'm thinking. What I need to do is get down and go look at my arrow and see if there's any air bubbles on it. But I don't want to do that right now because I still think this deer is within 50 yards. I haven't heard anything in quite some time. It's probably been about 15 minutes or so, so I don't want to get too excited or anything like that. He's definitely going to be a dead deer. That's a center punch up and down. And, you know, you got lungs, liver, or stomach, and all 3 of those are fatal shots. I'm not worried about being too high in no man's land or too low. I'm dead square middle of the body. I know that one for a fact. So, we're just gonna have to play this out and see what happens. And, figure out if I'm gonna try to look for him tonight. Or if we gotta come back early in the morning. At first light, I think it'll be cool enough that the meat will still be fine. It's supposed to drop down into the 40s tonight, so. But I don't know. We'll see. I took that second shot and missed, so. But what I need to really do is go down here and look at my arrow. And just see what I got here. Hopefully there's air bubbles on it. If there's air bubbles on it, I'm gonna be a lot happier. But it definitely wasn't a perfect double long hard shot because, I mean, he should have been dead by the time I shot my second shot off, so that's a little concerning to me, but we're gonna play this out and we're gonna figure out what's gonna happen here. Might have to just come back late tonight. There's 2 things going for me here. One's good and one's bad, and it all has to do with the position that I'm in right here. He can bed anywhere in the stump. Absolutely anywhere. There's a ton of beds all around this tree stand. The bad thing is, it is super, super thick. So, to make sure I cover my bases, what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to turn the Onyx tracker on so I know exactly where I've been. And hopefully he just laid down right here. He mule kicked. That's what makes me think it's a little bit more forward, but I gotta get it back at least at home and look at it on a big screen because I just don't know. I have to really see where the arrow hit. And I remember I was visually able to see the hole in the deer when he mule kicked. And I know when they mule kick it, he's kind of stretched out, and it only looked a little bit back when he stretched out. So my hope is it's still forward enough that I'll be alright. and figure out what we're gonna do from here. If we're gonna look for them tonight or if we're gonna have to wait till the morning. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching. Hopefully there's a buck to recover after this. Well, there's a buck to recover, but he's gonna be dead. It's just a matter of when we find him. So he's not a giant, but I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This year, we don't have any giants running around. I think our best buck is like 130-inch deer. So we don't have any giant deer running around. You know, I'm not gonna sit here and wait for an imaginary 150-inch buck to show up when there's 45 trail cameras on these properties right here with no 150, 160-inch deer on them. Every year's a different story, but this year we just don't have a giant shooter buck running around. So this was the first decent buck to give me an opportunity. I haven't killed a buck in 2 years because I was too picky the last 2 years, so that's a buck I'm happy with. To me, that's all that matters. You know, I haven't killed a buck with my bow in 2 years, so that was a deer I was going to be happy with. That was probably the same size as some of the bucks I've let walk last year, and we got it done, so I couldn't be any happier. No, it's not a 140-inch deer, but there's not a 140-inch deer running around here, so I'm happy with that. Alright, everybody. I got down and went and looked at my arrow. I left everything up here. I didn't bring nothing with me. I'll take the arrow out with me, and when I get out in the field, I'll show you guys what the arrow looks like. But what we're going to do here is I'm going to let Corey finish her hunt. She ended up calling me, and she ended up seeing a buck. Okay. Thought I seen a deer out in that strip plot. She ended up seeing a buck moving to the south, coming from the north here, which she's just over here, maybe, I'm going to say maybe 150 yards. She's not very far. But it very well could possibly be this buck going back up the bed on the point of this thick stuff up here. But I know just about exactly where this deer went, and especially I'll have a good line of direction. If that buck that Corey's seen is the buck that I shot, I'll have a good line of direction of where to start looking. But we're going to give him a minimum of 4 hours. It's not supposed to start raining until about 2 in the morning, so we're going to have to see and let this play it out. But he's definitely going to die. It's just a matter of trying to find him in all this nasty, horribly nasty brush.
You guys can see that. The arrow's completely soaked in blood. I'm walking out now. Get back to the truck. Corey should be on her way out. We're gonna go look at the footage and see what we think. So stay tuned.
Alright everybody, I'm going to keep this short and simple. As you can see behind me, I got a crew of like 5 or 6 guys. It's the next morning. We're going to head up into the spot. I don't have my good camera because it is raining and I don't want to ruin the camera. But I just want to give you guys a quick update before we get in here. I'm going to do as much video as I can. Good chance we're not going to have blood to follow, and it's going to come down to a grid search, but I just wanted to give you guys an update. I actually talked to Shane Simpson last night of like Calling All Turkeys and the Cali Chronicles, and he gave me some very helpful information and told me I did the right thing, so I feel a lot better about that. But we're going to head in there this morning and see what we get, and hopefully we're walking out of here with a nice 10-pointer. So we'll see you guys in the woods. I just wanted to give you a quick update as we're kind of pulling out here and getting things situated to get up in there and start looking.
Did you work with Rick Simmons? No,
Alright, just want to show you guys what we've been looking for. we're looking through trying to find the deer. But we just found them. Yeah, we got them! So, Grandpa found them. Couldn't be any happier. We're gonna go take a look at them. But this is just kind of crap. We were thinking he went in, but he obviously went up towards the hardwoods. Billy, what's the easiest way to you?
What's that?
What's the easiest way to you?
Come straight up the hill.
Yeah, I know I got another food plot.
See you, Nick.
I can see you too. I just didn't know if you could see a fine trail or not. Ouch. Okay, I'll see you guys when we get up to them. As you can see, what we were going through back here. This is why I don't have the good camera with me. I'm sorry. I'd like to catch it, but it's everything's soaking wet. I'm soaked right down to, well, soaked right down to my underwear. Not that you guys need to know that, but that's why I don't have my really expensive camera here. But we got him. We got him. Leave it to Grandpa. Be up here. Up here, Mike! Yeah. I'm not to him yet, but he's up here somewhere, I guess. Alright, I'll see you guys at the deer.
Just walking through and you saw him, huh?
I think you got two doe over here, so
Two does?
yeah, in order to see it here, cut it down, if you cut it down with a buck,
Yeah.
and just come back towards you guys, and there he was.
No shit.
There he is. We got him. Man, he's been rubbing trees a lot. Look at all that crap on his base.
There's a fresh rub down in that scrub shit down there.
Oh, no.
Like fresh rub.
That's the perfect 10-pointer. Definitely right in the liver, center of the body. Awesome. Alright, everybody. I just kind of want to explain what happened here, why I didn't video much. As you can see, or I think you can see, it's still raining here. I am just soaked to the bone. The camera got soaked. It wouldn't even turn on in the woods at one point in time. I got it dried off. I put it on the heater in my truck, and I got it dried off and working again. But I simply couldn't film because the camera wasn't working. I got a bunch of pictures that I'm going to put into this, and I'll play a bunch of video of the deer now. But just plain simple, the camera wouldn't turn on in the woods. It had gotten too wet. I don't know if it got into the battery or what, but put the camera on the heater. This is the camera I used last year, just because I didn't want to bring out my really expensive rig to film today, just because I knew it was going to be really wet. It's been raining non-stop, it seems, this year, and we were all soaked to the bone, and the camera just wouldn't turn on, so I'm sorry about that. But we do have the deer hung up. I got them all spun out. I'll put a bunch of pictures in here and video of them. But appreciate everybody watching. I'm sorry I couldn't get more on video, but everything is just so wet. I hope you guys understand. And I wish I could have done a much better job, but with just the conditions and the camera not turning on because it got too wet, not much I could do about it. So that's going to be the end of this video. I'll close it out with some footage of the deer, some pictures and stuff, and that's going to be it. So I appreciate everybody watching. Thanks for sticking with me. We got a buck on the ground on camera, and now I'm doe hunting until gun season. I'm going to be filming my girlfriend a lot, so we're keeping after it, and I'll maybe do a separate video and break this hunt down, exactly what I did, the tactics I used to get this done. This is just the cards I was dealt this year, and I'm extremely happy with this buck. So please follow along, subscribe. We got a lot more hunts coming. We got a couple hunts coming before this, maybe even after this. And I got this entire week off, so I'm going to doe hunt this week and try to get a couple doe on the ground. So stay tuned, and keep after it. Please go down and hit the subscribe button. Thanks everybody for watching. And if you do see this Shane Simpson, calling out turkey Shane Simpson, thank you very much. You helped me out and build my confidence a lot last night into making myself know that I made the right decision to back out and not even try looking last night. So really appreciate it, Shane. If you do see this, you're awesome, and we'll see you guys on the next one.